What if the stars held secrets that could predict the rise and fall of empires, the fate of kings, and even the cycles of nature? Thousands of years ago, the ancient Babylonians believed they did, and their astrological insights were so precise, they shaped the course of history. Welcome to a journey through time, where we uncover 30 Babylonian astrological secrets that not only predicted the future, but also laid the foundation for the astrology we know today. From the creation of the Zodiac to the mysterious Venus tablet, these ancient stargazers left behind a legacy that continues to influence our understanding of the cosmos. By the end of this video, you'll see how the wisdom of the past still resonates in the modern world. So, are you ready to unlock the mysteries of the stars? Let's dive in. Now, let's turn our gaze to the very roots of astrology itself, the Zodiac. The Babylonians were the first to divide the night sky into 12 distinct sections, each corresponding to a specific constellation. This groundbreaking system, created over 2,500 years ago, wasn't just a way to map the stars. It was a tool to understand the divine messages they believed the heavens were sending. By observing the movements of the sun, moon, and planets through these 12 sections, Babylonian astrologers could predict seasonal changes, agricultural cycles, and even the fortunes of kings. This division of the sky into what we now call the Zodiac became the cornerstone of modern astrology, influencing cultures from ancient Greece to the present day. The names and symbols of the zodiac signs we recognize today, like Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, trace their origins back to these ancient Babylonian stargazers. Their work didn't just shape the stars, it shaped history itself, and as we'll see next, their celestial insights didn't stop there. Now, let's step into the world of one of the most fascinating artifacts of Babylonian astrology, the Enuma Anu Enlil tablets. These ancient texts, written on clay tablets over 3,000 years ago, are a treasure trove of celestial wisdom. The Enuma Anu Enlil, which translates to "when the gods Anu and Enlil," is a collection of over 70 tablets filled with astrological predictions and interpretations. But this wasn't just a stargazer's handbook, it was a vital tool for kings and rulers. Babylonian astrologers believed that the movements of the stars and planets were messages from the gods, and the Enuma Anu Enlil served as their guide to deciphering these divine signs. For example, if a lunar eclipse occurred, the tablets would provide detailed interpretations of what it meant for the kingdom, whether it signaled an impending war, a famine, or even the fall of a ruler. Kings relied on these predictions to make critical decisions, from when to plant crops to when to wage war. The Enuma Anu Enlil wasn't just about reading the stars, it was about shaping the destiny of an empire. And as we'll see next, this ancient text didn't just influence Babylon, it laid the groundwork for astrological practices that would spread across the ancient world. Now, let's turn our gaze to the night sky, where the Babylonians saw more than just stars, they saw omens. Among the most powerful celestial events they observed were lunar eclipses. For the Babylonians, a lunar eclipse wasn't just a stunning astronomical phenomenon, it was a message from the gods, a warning or a prophecy that demanded interpretation. Their methods of observation were remarkably precise. Using a combination of careful record-keeping and mathematical calculations, they could predict lunar eclipses with surprising accuracy. But it wasn't just about predicting when an eclipse would occur, it was about understanding what it meant. The Babylonians believed that the moon represented the king or the ruling power, and an eclipse of the moon was seen as a direct threat to the stability of the kingdom. Depending on the timing, duration, and even the color of the eclipse, astrologers would interpret its meaning. For example, if the moon turned a deep red during an eclipse, it might signal an impending war or a rebellion. If the eclipse occurred during a specific month, it could foretell a famine or a plague. These interpretations weren't just speculative, They were taken seriously by rulers who would often take drastic measures to avert disaster, such as performing rituals or even postponing major decisions. What's fascinating is how deeply symbolic these interpretations were. The Babylonians saw the moon as a reflection of earthly power, and its darkening during an eclipse was a sign of divine displeasure or cosmic imbalance. This belief wasn't just limited to the ruling class, it permeated every level of society, shaping how people understood their world. And as we'll see next, this connection between celestial events and earthly outcomes didn't stop with the moon. It extended to the movements of planets, stars, and even comets, each carrying its own message from the gods. Now, shifting our focus from the moon to the brightest planet in the night sky, we arrive at the Venus tablet of Amasajuka. This ancient artifact, dating back to the 17th century before the Common Era, is one of the oldest surviving astronomical records in human history. The tablet meticulously documents the movements of Venus over a 21-year period, showcasing the Babylonians' extraordinary attention to detail and their advanced understanding of celestial patterns. For the Babylonians, Venus wasn't just a beautiful evening or morning star, it was a divine messenger. They believed that the planet's movements held profound significance for both agriculture and politics. By observing Venus's cycles, astrologers could predict the optimal times for planting and harvesting crops, ensuring the prosperity of their society. A bright and steady Venus was seen as a sign of abundance, while irregularities in its appearance could signal poor harvests or even famine. But the influence of Venus extended far beyond the fields. Babylonian rulers also relied on its movements to gauge the stability of their reign. If Venus appeared in a particular position or phase, it might indicate a time of peace and prosperity, or conversely, a period of upheaval and conflict. These interpretations were taken so seriously that kings would often delay major decisions, such as launching military campaigns or signing treaties, until the stars aligned favorably. What makes the Venus tablet truly remarkable is its blend of science and spirituality. The Babylonians didn't just record data, they wove it into a narrative that connected the heavens to the earth, the divine to the mundane. This tablet stands as a testament to their belief that the cosmos was a living, breathing entity, constantly communicating with humanity through the language of the stars. And as we'll see next, this belief in celestial omens extended to the planets as well, each carrying its own unique message from the gods. Now, as we turn our gaze from Venus to the broader celestial stage, we uncover the Babylonian belief in planetary omens. For the Babylonians, the planets were not just wandering stars, they were divine messengers, each carrying a unique message from the gods. Every movement, every alignment, and every shift in the night sky was seen as a sign, a cosmic whisper meant to guide humanity. The Babylonians believed that the gods communicated their will through the planets. Mars, for instance, was often associated with war and conflict. If Mars appeared particularly bright or moved in an unusual pattern, it was interpreted as a warning of impending battles or social unrest. Similarly, Jupiter, the largest planet, was seen as a symbol of kingship and divine favor. Its movements were closely monitored to predict the rise and fall of rulers, as well as the stability of entire kingdoms. But it wasn't just the rulers who relied on these celestial signs. Ordinary people also looked to the planets for guidance in their daily lives. Farmers, for example, would consult astrologers to determine the best times to plant or harvest crops based on the positions of Saturn and Mercury. Merchants, too, paid close attention to planetary omens, believing that favorable alignments could bring prosperity and success in trade. What's fascinating is how the Babylonians combined observation with interpretation. They meticulously recorded planetary movements, creating detailed charts and tables that allowed them to predict future events with remarkable accuracy. Yet, these predictions were not purely scientific, they were deeply spiritual. the Babylonians saw the cosmos as a living, interconnected system where every celestial event had a purpose and a meaning. This belief in planetary omens shaped every aspect of Babylonian society, from governance to agriculture, from warfare to commerce. It was a worldview that blended the practical with the mystical, the earthly with the divine. And as we'll see next, this intricate system of celestial interpretation extended even further, influencing how they understood the very fabric of fate itself. Now, shifting our focus from the planets to the stars themselves, we uncover another groundbreaking achievement of Babylonian astrology, the Babylonian Star Catalogue. This remarkable document stands as one of the earliest known attempts to systematically map the night sky, showcasing the Babylonians' extraordinary dedication to understanding the cosmos. The Babylonian Star Catalogue was more than just a list of stars. It was a detailed record of celestial patterns, meticulously compiled over centuries. By observing the positions and movements of stars, Babylonian astrologers created a framework that allowed them to predict astronomical events with impressive precision. They divided the sky into constellations, many of which are still recognized today, and assigned specific meanings to each star group. What's truly astonishing is the accuracy of their observations. Using simple tools and keen eyes, the Babylonians were able to track the movements of stars with remarkable consistency. Their catalogue included not only the brightest stars but also fainter ones, demonstrating their deep commitment to capturing every detail of the night sky. This level of precision was unparalleled at the time and laid the groundwork for future astronomical studies. The influence of the Babylonian star catalogue extended far beyond their own civilization. When their knowledge reached ancient Greece, it became a cornerstone of Greek astronomy. Figures like Hipparchus and Ptolemy built upon the Babylonian system, refining it and incorporating it into their own works. Even today, many of the constellations we recognize, such as Orion and Leo, trace their origins back to the Babylonian star catalogue. But the catalogue's impact wasn't limited to astronomy. It also played a crucial role in shaping cultural and religious practices. The Babylonians believed that the stars were divine beings, and their catalogue served as a guide to understanding the will of the gods. This belief influenced everything from temple rituals to royal ceremonies, embedding the stars deeply into the fabric of Babylonian life. As we reflect on the Babylonian star catalogue, it's clear that their work was more than just a scientific achievement. It was a testament to humanity's enduring fascination with the cosmos. Their efforts to map the heavens not only advanced their own understanding, but also paved the way for future generations to explore the mysteries of the universe. And as we'll see next, this celestial knowledge would play a pivotal role in another area of Babylonian life, the art of warfare. Now, as we turn our gaze from the stars to the battlefield, we uncover how Babylonian astrology played a decisive role in warfare. For the Babylonians, the heavens were not just a map of the cosmos, they were a guide to victory. Kings and generals relied heavily on the wisdom of astrologers, who interpreted celestial signs to determine the most auspicious moments for battle. Before any major military campaign, Babylonian rulers would consult their astrologers to read the skies. These experts meticulously analyzed the positions of planets, the phases of the moon, and the appearance of comets or eclipses. Each celestial event carried a specific meaning, and the astrologers' interpretations could mean the difference between triumph and defeat. For instance, a lunar eclipse might signal impending danger, prompting a delay in launching an attack. Conversely, the favorable alignment of Mars, the planet associated with war, could be seen as a divine endorsement to strike. This reliance on astrology wasn't just about superstition, it was a calculated strategy. By timing their movements with celestial events, Babylonian leaders aimed to harness what they believed was the favor of the gods. They saw the stars as messengers, delivering divine guidance that could tip the scales in their favor. This practice gave them a psychological edge, instilling confidence in their troops and sowing doubt among their enemies. the influence of astrology on warfare extended beyond the battlefield. Babylonian astrologers also used their knowledge to predict the outcomes of conflicts, advising rulers on whether to pursue alliances or prepare for sieges. Their insights shaped not only military tactics but also diplomatic decisions, making astrology an indispensable tool in the art of statecraft. What's fascinating is how this ancient practice reveals the Babylonians' deep connection between the celestial and the earthly. They believed that the fate of nations was written in the stars, and by understanding these cosmic patterns, they could navigate the uncertainties of war with greater certainty. This blend of astronomy, religion, and strategy highlights the sophistication of Babylonian thought and their ability to integrate diverse fields of knowledge. As we move forward, we'll see how this celestial wisdom extended into another crucial aspect of Babylonian life: their calendar system, which synchronized agricultural and religious activities with the rhythms of the heavens. But for now, let's marvel at how the stars guided not just the fate of individuals, but the destiny of empires. Now, as we shift our focus from the battlefield to the rhythms of daily life, we uncover another remarkable achievement of Babylonian astrology, their lunar calendar. This intricate system wasn't just a way to mark time. It was a vital tool that synchronized the lives of the Babylonians with the movements of the heavens, shaping everything from farming to religious ceremonies. The Babylonian calendar was based on the cycles of the moon, with each month beginning at the first sighting of the new crescent moon. This lunar system divided the year into 12 months, each lasting about 29 or 30 days. But because the lunar year is shorter than the solar year, the Babylonians periodically added an extra month to keep their calendar in sync with the seasons. This adjustment ensured that agricultural activities like planting and harvesting aligned perfectly with the natural world. For the Babylonians, the calendar was more than just a practical tool, it was a sacred guide. Religious festivals and rituals were meticulously timed to coincide with specific lunar phases or celestial events. For example, the New Year festival, known as Akitu, was celebrated during the spring equinox, a time when day and night are of equal length. This event marked not only the renewal of the agricultural cycle, but also the reaffirmation of the king's divine mandate to rule. The Babylonians believed that by aligning their rituals with the heavens, they could maintain harmony between the gods, the earth, and their society. The calendar also played a crucial role in agriculture. Farmers relied on astrological predictions to determine the best times to sow seeds, irrigate crops, and gather harvests. The appearance of certain stars or constellations signaled the arrival of seasonal changes, guiding farmers in their work. For instance, the rising of the Pleiades star cluster in the spring indicated the start of the planting season, while its disappearance in the fall marked the time for harvesting. This celestial guidance ensured that the Babylonians maximized their agricultural output, sustaining their civilization in a challenging environment. What's truly fascinating is how the Babylonian calendar reflects their deep understanding of the cosmos. By observing the moon and stars, they created a system that not only organized their daily lives but also connected them to the divine. This integration of astronomy, religion, and agriculture showcases the Babylonians' ability to weave together different aspects of their world into a cohesive whole. As we continue our journey through the secrets of Babylonian astrology, we'll explore how this ancient wisdom influenced other civilizations, leaving a lasting legacy that still resonates today. But for now, let's take a moment to appreciate how the Babylonians turned the rhythms of the moon into a blueprint for life itself. Now, as we turn our gaze westward, we uncover a fascinating chapter in the story of Babylonian astrology, its profound influence on ancient Greece. The exchange of knowledge between these two civilizations was not just a passing of ideas, it was a transformative moment that reshaped Greek philosophy, science, and even their understanding of the cosmos. The transmission of Babylonian astrological wisdom to Greece began during the Hellenistic period, a time of cultural exchange following the conquests of Alexander the Great. As Greek scholars traveled to Mesopotamia, they encountered the sophisticated astronomical and astrological systems developed by the Babylonians. These systems, which included detailed star catalogues, planetary observations, and predictive techniques, captivated the Greek mind. The Greeks, known for their love of reason and inquiry, eagerly absorbed this knowledge, blending it with their own philosophical traditions. One of the most significant contributions of Babylonian astrology to Greece was the concept of the Zodiac. The Babylonians had divided the sky into 12 equal parts, each associated with a constellation. This system, which we now recognize as the Zodiac, was adopted by Greek astronomers like Eudoxus and Hipparchus. They refined it further, integrating it into their own celestial models. The Zodiac became a cornerstone of Greek astronomy, influencing everything from star charts to the development of horoscopes. But the influence of Babylonian astrology went beyond the stars. It also shaped Greek philosophy. Thinkers like Plato and Aristotle were deeply interested in the idea of a harmonious, ordered universe. The Babylonian belief that celestial movements reflected divine will resonated with Greek notions of cosmic order. This connection between the heavens and earthly life became a central theme in Greek thought, inspiring debates about fate, free will, and the nature of the gods. Greek science, too, was transformed by Babylonian insights. The meticulous records kept by Babylonian astrologers, such as the Enuma Anu Enlil tablets, provided Greek astronomers with valuable data. This information allowed them to make more accurate predictions about celestial events, such as eclipses and planetary movements. The Greek astronomer Ptolemy, for example, drew heavily on Babylonian observations when writing his seminal work, the Almagest, which became the foundation of Western astronomy for centuries. Perhaps one of the most enduring legacies of this cultural exchange was the development of horoscopic astrology. The Babylonians had laid the groundwork by creating personal horoscopes based on the positions of celestial bodies at the time of a person's birth. The Greeks expanded on this idea, creating a more detailed system that linked individual destinies to the stars. This practice became immensely popular in the Hellenistic world and remains a cornerstone of modern astrology. The influence of Babylonian astrology on Greece is a testament to the power of cross-cultural exchange. By merging Babylonian precision with Greek curiosity, these two civilizations created a legacy that continues to shape our understanding of the universe. As we move forward in our exploration, we'll see how this ancient wisdom traveled even further, leaving its mark on other cultures and eras. But for now, let's marvel at how the stars of Babylon illuminated the minds of Greece, bridging the gap between two great civilizations. Now, shifting our focus to the skies above ancient Mesopotamia, we uncover how Babylonian astrologers turned their gaze to the heavens not just for personal or political predictions, but to foresee the wrath of nature itself. The Babylonians believed that the gods communicated their will through celestial events, and natural disasters were no exception. They saw floods, earthquakes, and other catastrophic events as divine warnings, and their ability to predict these occurrences was a testament to their deep understanding of the cosmos. Babylonian astrologers meticulously observed the movements of planets, stars, and other celestial phenomena, searching for patterns that could signal impending disasters. For instance, they closely monitored the behavior of the moon and its phases, as well as the positions of planets like Mars and Saturn, which they associated with chaos and upheaval. Unusual celestial events, such as comets or sudden changes in the brightness of stars, were often interpreted as omens of natural calamities. These observations were recorded in detail, forming a body of knowledge that allowed them to make remarkably accurate predictions. One of the most striking examples of their predictive prowess was their ability to anticipate floods. The Tigris and Euphrates rivers, which were the lifeblood of Mesopotamia, could also bring devastation when they overflowed. Babylonian astrologers linked specific planetary alignments to the likelihood of flooding, enabling them to warn communities in advance. This early warning system not only saved lives but also allowed for better preparation, such as reinforcing levees or relocating vulnerable populations. Earthquakes, too, were believed to be foretold by celestial signs. The Babylonians associated seismic activity with the movements of certain planets, particularly Mars, which they saw as a harbinger of destruction. By tracking these planetary movements, they could predict periods of heightened seismic risk. While their methods were rooted in the belief that the gods controlled these events, their observations were remarkably systematic, laying the groundwork for later scientific approaches to understanding natural disasters. The Babylonians also interpreted eclipses as potential warnings of impending disasters. A solar or lunar eclipse was often seen as a sign of divine displeasure, and astrologers would analyze the timing and location of the eclipse to determine its significance. For example, an eclipse occurring in a specific constellation might be interpreted as a warning of famine or disease, prompting rulers to take preventive measures. What makes the Babylonian approach to predicting natural disasters so fascinating is the blend of spiritual belief and practical observation. While their interpretations were deeply rooted in their religious worldview, their methods were surprisingly scientific for their time. They kept detailed records, looked for patterns, and used their findings to make informed predictions. This combination of faith and reason allowed them to navigate the uncertainties of their environment with a degree of foresight that was unparalleled in the ancient world. As we reflect on this ancient wisdom, it's remarkable to see how the Babylonians used the stars not just to guide their daily lives, but to protect their communities from the unpredictable forces of nature. Their legacy reminds us that even in the face of disaster, human ingenuity and observation can provide a path forward. And as we continue our journey through the secrets of Babylonian astrology, we'll see how their insights extended even further, shaping the way future civilizations understood the world around them. Now, turning our attention to the celestial wanderers that captured the imagination of the Babylonians, we delve into the role of comets in their astrological practices. These mysterious, glowing visitors in the night sky were not just awe-inspiring spectacles for the Babylonians. They were powerful omens signaling profound changes on the horizon. Comets, with their unpredictable appearances and dramatic tails, were seen as direct messages from the gods, often heralding major shifts in political power, social upheaval, or even natural disasters. Babylonian astrologers meticulously documented the appearance of comets, noting their paths, brightness, and the constellations they passed through. Each of these details held significance as they believed the gods used comets to communicate their intentions. For example, a comet appearing in the constellation associated with a particular kingdom might be interpreted as a warning of impending conflict or the fall of a ruler. Similarly, a comet passing through a region linked to agriculture could signal a coming famine or a bountiful harvest, depending on its characteristics. One of the most famous examples of Babylonian comet interpretation comes from their records of Halley's Comet, which they observed and recorded with remarkable accuracy. They believed that its appearance was a sign of divine intervention, often tied to the rise or fall of empires. When Halley's Comet appeared, astrologers would analyze its trajectory and brightness to predict its impact on the political landscape. These predictions were taken so seriously that rulers would often alter their policies or prepare for war based on the astrologers' interpretations. Comets were also seen as harbingers of personal transformation. The Babylonians believed that individuals born under the influence of a comet were destined for extraordinary lives, marked by both great challenges and remarkable achievements. This belief extended to their rulers, who often claimed that their reigns were divinely sanctioned by the appearance of a comet at the time of their birth or ascension to the throne. What makes the Babylonian interpretation of comets so fascinating is their ability to blend the mystical with the practical. While they viewed comets as divine messages, their observations were grounded in careful study and record-keeping. This dual approach allowed them to create a system of prediction that, while rooted in spiritual belief, also demonstrated a keen understanding of celestial patterns. As we reflect on the Babylonian view of comets, it's clear that these celestial phenomena were more than just objects of wonder. They were tools for understanding the world and its uncertainties. The Babylonians' ability to see meaning in the movements of comets reminds us of the enduring human desire to find order in the chaos of the cosmos. And as we continue to explore the secrets of Babylonian astrology, we'll see how their insights into comets influenced not only their own society, but also the astrological traditions that followed. Now, shifting our gaze to another celestial wonder, we explore the astrological significance of the Pleiades star cluster in Babylonian culture. Known as the Seven Sisters, this tight-knit group of stars held a special place in the hearts and minds of the Babylonians, not just for their beauty, but for their profound connection to the rhythms of life on Earth. The Pleiades were more than a constellation. They were a celestial clock guiding the agricultural cycles that sustained their civilization. For the Babylonians, the appearance of the Pleiades in the night sky marked the beginning of the agricultural year. Their rising in the early spring signaled the time to prepare the fields and plant crops, while their disappearance in the fall indicated the start of the harvest season. This celestial timing was crucial in a society deeply dependent on farming, as it allowed them to align their labor with the natural world in a way that maximized productivity and minimized risk. But the Pleiades were not just practical markers, they were also imbued with spiritual meaning. The Babylonians believed that these stars were under the protection of the goddess Ishtar, who oversaw fertility, love, and war. The cluster's appearance was seen as a blessing from Ishtar, ensuring a bountiful harvest and the prosperity of the people. Conversely, if the Pleiades were obscured by clouds or appeared dim, it was interpreted as a sign of divine displeasure, potentially foretelling poor crops or hardship. The Babylonians also used the Pleiades to predict weather patterns. They observed that the brightness and clarity of the stars could indicate changes in the seasons, such as the onset of rain or drought. This knowledge allowed them to adapt their farming practices, ensuring they were prepared for whatever challenges the weather might bring. Their ability to read the stars in this way demonstrates a remarkable blend of observation and intuition as they sought to harmonize their lives with the cosmos. Interestingly, the Pleiades also played a role in Babylonian mythology. They were often associated with the story of the 7 wise sages, who are said to have descended from the heavens to impart knowledge to humanity. This connection between the stars and wisdom reinforced the idea that the Pleiades were not just physical objects but symbols of divine guidance and enlightenment. As we consider the Babylonian reverence for the Pleiades, it's clear that their understanding of this star cluster went far beyond its practical uses. It was a bridge between the earthly and the divine, a reminder of the interconnectedness of all things. The Pleiades served as both a practical tool and a source of inspiration, embodying the Babylonians' deep respect for the natural world and their belief in the power of the stars to shape their destiny. With this in mind, we can see how the Pleiades were not just a celestial phenomenon but a cornerstone of Babylonian life, influencing everything from agriculture to spirituality. And as we continue to uncover the secrets of Babylonian astrology, we'll discover even more ways in which the stars shaped their world and, in turn, our own. Now, as we turn our attention to the stars once more, we delve into the Babylonian concept of fate, a belief that the heavens held the key to an individual's destiny. For the Babylonians, the stars were not just distant lights in the night sky. They were powerful forces that shaped the lives of every person, from the humblest farmer to the mightiest king. This idea of celestial determinism was deeply woven into the fabric of their society, influencing everything from personal decisions to the governance of their empire. The Babylonians believed that the positions of the stars and planets at the time of a person's birth could reveal their fate, This belief gave rise to one of the earliest forms of horoscopes, where astrologers would chart the heavens to predict an individual's future. These predictions weren't just vague guesses, they were detailed readings that could influence major life choices, such as marriage, career, and even the timing of important events. If the stars foretold success, a person might pursue ambitious goals. If they warned of hardship, caution would guide their actions. This belief in fate extended beyond the individual to the collective. Babylonian rulers often consulted astrologers to determine the best course of action for their kingdoms. Wars, treaties, and even the construction of temples were timed according to celestial omens. The stars were seen as a direct line of communication with the gods, and ignoring their messages was considered unthinkable. This reliance on astrology created a society where the heavens were not just observed but actively integrated into daily life. But the Babylonian concept of fate wasn't entirely rigid. While the stars might set the course, individuals still had a role to play in shaping their destiny. Rituals, prayers, and offerings were common ways to seek favor from the gods and alter one's fate. For example, if a person's horoscope predicted misfortune, they might perform a specific ritual to appease the gods and change their path. This blend of determinism and agency reflects a nuanced understanding of fate, one that acknowledged the power of the stars while leaving room for human action. The influence of this belief can still be seen today in the way we think about destiny and free will. While modern astrology may not hold the same authority as it did in ancient Babylon, the idea that the stars can guide our lives continues to captivate us. The Babylonians remind us that the search for meaning in the cosmos is as old as civilization itself, and their legacy lives on in our fascination with the stars. As we reflect on the Babylonian concept of fate, we see how their understanding of the stars shaped not only their worldview but also the very structure of their society. It's a testament to the enduring power of astrology and its ability to connect us to something greater than ourselves. And as we continue to explore the secrets of Babylonian astrology, we'll uncover even more ways in which the stars have shaped human history. Now, shifting our gaze from the stars' influence on fate to their role in health, we uncover how Babylonian astrologers wove celestial patterns into the fabric of medicine. For the Babylonians, the heavens were not just a map of destiny, but also a guide to understanding the human body and its ailments. They believed that the movements of the planets and stars directly impacted a person's well-being, creating a unique blend of astrology and medicine that shaped their approach to healing. Babylonian astrologers meticulously observed celestial events, such as planetary alignments and lunar phases, to diagnose illnesses. They believed that each planet governed specific parts of the body. For example, Mars was associated with the head and blood, while Venus influenced the kidneys and reproductive system. If a planet appeared in a certain position or was involved in a celestial event, it was thought to signal potential health issues in the corresponding body part. This system allowed astrologers to predict illnesses before symptoms even appeared, offering a form of preventative medicine that was centuries ahead of its time. Treatment plans were also deeply tied to the stars. Babylonian physicians, often working alongside astrologers, would prescribe remedies based on the patient's astrological chart. For instance, if a person's chart indicated an imbalance caused by Mars, they might be advised to avoid certain foods or activities during Mars's dominant periods. Herbal treatments, rituals, and even the timing of surgeries were carefully aligned with celestial events to maximize their effectiveness. This holistic approach to medicine emphasized harmony between the body and the cosmos, reflecting the Babylonians' belief in the interconnectedness of all things. One fascinating example of this practice can be found in the use of lunar cycles. Babylonian healers believed that the moon's phases influenced bodily fluids and energy levels. Treatments for conditions like fevers or infections were often scheduled during specific lunar phases to enhance their potency. Similarly, Rituals to ward off illness were performed during eclipses or other significant celestial events, as these moments were thought to amplify the power of prayers and offerings. The legacy of Babylonian astrological medicine can still be seen in some modern practices. While contemporary medicine relies on scientific methods, the idea that celestial events might influence health persists in certain alternative therapies. The Babylonians' innovative approach reminds us of humanity's enduring quest to find connections between the cosmos and our own bodies, blending observation, intuition, and tradition in ways that continue to inspire. As we explore this ancient fusion of astrology and medicine, we gain a deeper appreciation for the Babylonians' ingenuity and their profound respect for the stars. Their belief in the heavens as a source of healing offers a fascinating glimpse into how they viewed the world and how their wisdom still resonates today. Next, we'll uncover how Babylonian astrologers used celestial signs to predict the rise and fall of kings, revealing yet another layer of their extraordinary astrological system. Turning now to the realm of power and politics, we delve into how Babylonian astrologers wielded their knowledge of the stars to predict the rise and fall of kings and dynasties. For the Babylonians, the heavens were not just a source of personal guidance, but also a tool for understanding the fate of entire nations. They believed that celestial events such as eclipses, planetary alignments, and the appearance of comets held profound implications for those in power. By interpreting these signs, astrologers could forecast the stability of a ruler's reign, the likelihood of rebellion, or even the emergence of a new dynasty. One of the most striking examples of this practice comes from the Enuma Anu Enlil, the ancient Babylonian text we explored earlier. This collection of celestial omens included detailed predictions about the fate of kings. For instance, if Mars appeared in a particular constellation, it might signal an impending threat to the throne. Similarly, a solar eclipse was often interpreted as a dire warning for the ruling monarch, suggesting that their reign could be cut short by illness, betrayal, or even invasion. These predictions were taken so seriously that kings would often consult their court astrologers before making major decisions, such as going to war or appointing a successor. Babylonian astrologers also paid close attention to the movements of Jupiter, which they associated with kingship and divine favor. If Jupiter appeared bright and steady in the night sky, it was seen as a sign of a strong and prosperous reign. However, if the planet's movements were erratic or it was obscured by clouds, it could indicate instability or the downfall of a ruler. This belief in the connection between Jupiter and royal authority was so deeply ingrained that it influenced the timing of coronations and other important ceremonies, ensuring they aligned with favorable celestial conditions. The role of astrologers in predicting royal succession extended beyond mere observation. They were often called upon to create horoscopes for potential heirs, using the positions of the stars at the time of their birth to assess their suitability for the throne. A horoscope that showed strong planetary alignments might suggest a future of great leadership, while unfavorable signs could lead to doubts about an heir's ability to rule. In some cases, these astrological assessments even influenced the selection of a successor, as kings sought to secure their legacy by choosing a ruler favored by the stars. The Babylonians' ability to predict the rise and fall of kings was not just a matter of superstition. It was a sophisticated system of observation and interpretation that reflected their deep understanding of celestial patterns. While modern historians might view these predictions as symbolic rather than literal, there's no denying the impact they had on the political landscape of ancient Mesopotamia. By aligning their decisions with the movements of the heavens, Babylonian rulers sought to maintain harmony between the earthly and the divine, ensuring their place in history. As we reflect on this ancient practice, we're reminded of the enduring human desire to find meaning in the stars. Whether predicting the fate of kings or guiding the lives of ordinary people, Babylonian astrology offers a fascinating glimpse into how the ancients sought to navigate the uncertainties of life. Next, we'll explore how Babylonian astrologers divided the sky into astrological houses, creating a system that would influence personal destinies for centuries to come. Now, let's step into the intricate world of Babylonian astrological houses, a system that laid the groundwork for how we understand personal destinies even today. The Babylonians divided the sky into 12 distinct sections known as astrological houses, each representing different aspects of life. These houses were not just random divisions. They were carefully mapped out to reflect the journey of the sun, moon, and planets across the sky, offering a framework for interpreting how celestial movements influenced individual lives. The first house, often associated with the self and identity, was believed to reveal a person's character and physical appearance. The Babylonians thought that the position of the stars in this house at the time of birth could shape one's personality and even their destiny. Moving through the houses, each one corresponded to different areas of life, such as wealth, relationships, health, and career. For example, the second house was linked to material possessions and financial stability, while the seventh house focused on partnerships and marriage. What made this system so revolutionary was its ability to provide personalized insights. Babylonian astrologers would create detailed charts, mapping the positions of celestial bodies within these houses at the moment of a person's birth. By analyzing these charts, they could predict everything from a person's strengths and weaknesses to the challenges and opportunities they might face throughout their life. This practice was not just about fortune-telling, it was a way to offer guidance, helping individuals navigate their paths with greater awareness and purpose. The influence of Babylonian astrological houses extended far beyond their time. This system was later adopted and refined by other cultures, including the Greeks and Romans, and it continues to shape modern astrology. Even today, the concept of astrological houses remains a cornerstone of horoscope readings, offering a glimpse into how the ancients sought to understand the connection between the cosmos and human existence. As we explore this ancient practice, it's fascinating to see how the Babylonians used the stars to map out the complexities of life. Their astrological houses remind us that the quest to understand ourselves and our place in the universe is a timeless endeavor. Next, we'll uncover the role of Mercury in Babylonian astrology and how this swift-moving planet was seen as a messenger of the gods, shaping communication and trade in the ancient world. Now, let's turn our attention to the swift and elusive Mercury, a planet that held a special place in the hearts and minds of Babylonian astrologers. Known as the messenger of the gods, Mercury was seen as a celestial force that governed communication, intellect, and trade. Its rapid movement across the sky made it a symbol of agility and adaptability, qualities that the Babylonians deeply respected and sought to harness in their daily lives. In Babylonian astrology, Mercury was closely linked to the realm of commerce and exchange. The planet's influence was believed to shape the success of trade deals, negotiations, and even the flow of goods across their vast empire. Merchants and traders would often consult astrologers to determine the most auspicious times to conduct business, ensuring that Mercury's energy was aligned in their favor. This practice highlights how deeply intertwined astrology was with the practical aspects of Babylonian society, from the marketplace to the royal court. But Mercury's role extended beyond trade. It was also associated with communication and the exchange of ideas. Babylonian astrologers saw Mercury as a bridge between the divine and the mortal, a celestial messenger that carried the will of the gods to humanity. This connection made Mercury a key figure in rituals and prayers, especially those seeking clarity, wisdom, or divine guidance. Whether it was a king seeking advice on governance or a scholar interpreting sacred texts, Mercury's influence was thought to illuminate the path forward. Interestingly, Mercury's dual nature, its ability to move quickly and change direction, also made it a symbol of versatility and cunning. The Babylonians believed that those born under Mercury's influence were gifted with sharp minds, quick wit, and the ability to adapt to any situation. This idea resonates even today, as Mercury continues to be associated with intellect and communication in modern astrology. As we reflect on Mercury's significance in Babylonian astrology, it's clear that this planet was more than just a celestial body. It was a powerful force that shaped the way the Babylonians understood their world. From the bustling markets to the quiet chambers of scholars, Mercury's influence was everywhere, reminding us of the enduring connection between the stars and human endeavor. Next, we'll explore how Babylonian astrologers used planetary movements to predict economic trends, uncovering yet another layer of their profound wisdom. Now, shifting our gaze to the bustling markets and thriving trade routes of ancient Babylon, we uncover how the stars played a pivotal role in shaping the economy. Babylonian astrologers were not only skilled in interpreting celestial omens for kings and rulers, but also in forecasting economic trends that could make or break their empire. By carefully observing the movements of planets, they believed they could predict periods of prosperity as well as times of hardship, offering invaluable guidance to merchants, traders, and even the royal treasury. At the heart of this practice was the belief that planetary alignments directly influenced the flow of wealth and resources. For instance, when Jupiter, the planet associated with abundance and expansion, formed favorable aspects with other celestial bodies, it was seen as a sign of economic growth. Babylonian astrologers would advise merchants to invest heavily during these periods, anticipating a surge in trade and profits. Conversely, when Saturn, the planet linked to restriction and delay, dominated the skies, it was interpreted as a warning of potential economic downturn. This insight allowed traders to prepare for leaner times, adjusting their strategies to minimize losses. One of the most fascinating aspects of Babylonian economic astrology was its precision. Astrologers meticulously recorded planetary positions and correlated them with historical events, such as famines, floods, or bumper harvests. Over time, they developed a sophisticated system of predictions that could forecast everything from crop yields to the rise and fall of market prices. For example, if Mars, the planet of conflict, was prominent in the sky, it might signal disruptions in trade routes or even wars that could destabilize the economy. Armed with this knowledge, Babylonian leaders could take proactive measures to protect their wealth and resources. The influence of these astrological predictions extended far beyond the marketplace. Kings and governors relied on them to make decisions about taxation, resource allocation, and even foreign policy. If the stars indicated a period of economic decline, they might reduce taxes to ease the burden on their people or stockpile grain to prepare for potential shortages. On the other hand, a favorable celestial forecast could inspire ambitious infrastructure projects or the expansion of trade networks, further fueling the empire's prosperity. What's truly remarkable is how these ancient practices echo in modern economic forecasting. While today's analysts rely on data and algorithms, the Babylonians turned to the stars for guidance, blending observation, intuition, and a deep understanding of celestial patterns. Their ability to predict economic trends with such accuracy speaks to the sophistication of their astrological system and its profound impact on their society. As we marvel at the ingenuity of Babylonian astrologers, it's worth reflecting on how their insights continue to resonate. The idea that the cosmos can influence earthly affairs, from the rise of empires to the flow of commerce, reminds us of the timeless connection between the heavens and human endeavor. Next, we'll delve into the symbols used in Babylonian astrology, uncovering the rich visual language that brought their celestial wisdom to life. Now, let's turn our attention to the visual language of the stars, the symbols that Babylonian astrologers used to capture the essence of celestial wisdom. These symbols were more than just artistic representations. They were a sophisticated code that conveyed the movements and meanings of the planets, stars, and constellations. Each symbol held a specific significance, reflecting the Babylonians' deep understanding of the cosmos and its influence on earthly life. One of the most iconic symbols in Babylonian astrology was the representation of the sun, often depicted as a circle with a dot at its center. This symbol not only signified the sun's life-giving energy, but also its role as a marker of time and cycles. Similarly, the moon was represented by a crescent, symbolizing its phases and its connection to intuition, emotions, and the rhythms of nature. These symbols were not static. They evolved over time, incorporating elements of Babylonian mythology and cosmology. The planets, too, had their own unique symbols. For instance, Jupiter, the planet of abundance and expansion, was often represented by a stylized lightning bolt or a star, reflecting its association with divine favor and prosperity. Saturn, on the other hand, was symbolized by a sickle or a cross, representing its dual nature as both a bringer of discipline and a harbinger of challenges. These symbols were not arbitrary. They were carefully chosen to reflect the qualities and influences of each celestial body. What's fascinating is how many of these ancient symbols have endured and evolved into the astrological symbols we recognize today. The modern symbol for Mercury, for example, bears a striking resemblance to its Babylonian counterpart, featuring a circle with wings and a serpent, symbolizing communication, intellect, and transformation. Even the zodiac signs, which we associate with Greek and Roman astrology, have their roots in Babylonian symbolism. The ram of Aries, the bull of Taurus, and the lion of Leo all trace their origins to the Babylonian star catalogue and its rich visual language. But the Babylonians didn't just use these symbols for celestial mapping. They also incorporated them into rituals, amulets, and even architectural designs. Temples and palaces were often adorned with astrological symbols, serving as reminders of the divine order that governed the universe. These symbols were believed to carry protective and empowering energies, helping individuals align with the cosmic forces that shaped their destinies. As we explore these ancient symbols, it's impossible not to marvel at their enduring legacy. They remind us that the language of the stars is timeless, transcending cultures and centuries. Next, we'll journey to ancient Egypt, where Babylonian astrological practices were adapted and transformed, creating a new chapter in the story of celestial wisdom. Now, let's shift our gaze to the land of the Nile, where the celestial wisdom of Babylon found fertile ground. The influence of Babylonian astrology on ancient Egypt is a fascinating chapter in the history of stargazing. When Babylonian astrologers shared their knowledge with their Egyptian counterparts, it sparked a cultural exchange that would shape the way both civilizations understood the cosmos. The Egyptians, already deeply connected to the heavens through their own astronomical traditions, eagerly adopted Babylonian techniques. They integrated the Babylonian Zodiac into their existing system, blending it with their own rich mythology. For instance, the Egyptian god Thoth, associated with wisdom and writing, became linked to Mercury, the planet of communication and intellect in Babylonian astrology. This fusion of ideas created a unique astrological framework that reflected both cultures' reverence for the stars. One of the most significant contributions was the Egyptian adaptation of Babylonian planetary omens. The Egyptians began to interpret celestial events, such as the movements of Venus and Jupiter, as messages from their gods. These omens were used to guide decisions in governance, agriculture, and even personal matters. The Egyptian pharaohs, much like the Babylonian kings, relied on astrologers to ensure their reigns were aligned with divine will. The Egyptians also embraced the Babylonian practice of creating horoscopes. However, they added their own twist by incorporating their belief in the afterlife. Egyptian astrologers believed that the stars not only influenced one's life on Earth, but also played a role in the journey to the afterlife. This belief led to the creation of astrological texts that were buried with the dead, serving as guides to navigate the celestial realms beyond. Temples in Egypt became centers of astrological study, much like their Babylonian counterparts. The famous Temple of Dendera, for example, features a stunning zodiac ceiling that combines Babylonian and Egyptian symbols. This blending of traditions highlights the deep respect both cultures had for the stars and their shared desire to unlock the secrets of the universe. As we explore this cross-cultural exchange, it's clear that the influence of Babylonian astrology on Egypt was not a one-way street. The Egyptians adapted and enriched Babylonian practices, creating a legacy that would endure for centuries. Next, we'll uncover how the Babylonians' ability to predict celestial events with remarkable accuracy set the stage for even greater discoveries. Now, let's turn our attention to one of the most awe-inspiring achievements of Babylonian astrology, their extraordinary ability to predict celestial events. The Babylonians were masters of the skies, and their skill in forecasting eclipses, solstices, and equinoxes was nothing short of revolutionary for their time. Their precision in these predictions was so advanced that it laid the groundwork for modern astronomy. The Babylonians were particularly renowned for their ability to predict lunar and solar eclipses. By meticulously tracking the movements of the moon and the sun, they developed a system known as the Saros cycle. This cycle, which spans approximately 18 years, allowed them to anticipate when eclipses would occur with remarkable accuracy. Imagine the awe of ancient observers when, time and time again, the Babylonians' predictions came true, as the moon's shadow swept across the sun or the Earth's shadow darkened the moon. These events were seen as powerful omens, and their accurate prediction gave Babylonian astrologers immense credibility and influence, but their expertise didn't stop at eclipses. The Babylonians also had a deep understanding of solstices and equinoxes, the key turning points of the year. They recognized that the solstices marked the longest and shortest days, while the equinoxes signaled the balance of day and night. By observing the sun's path across the sky, they could predict these events with precision, aligning their agricultural and religious calendars with the rhythms of the cosmos. This knowledge was vital for planning planting and harvesting seasons, as well as for organizing festivals and rituals that honored the gods. What's truly remarkable is how the Babylonians achieved this level of accuracy without the advanced tools we have today. They relied on careful observation, detailed record-keeping, and mathematical calculations. Their star catalogues and astronomical diaries, which documented celestial events over centuries, became invaluable resources for future generations. These records not only helped them refine their predictions, but also provided a foundation for later civilizations to build upon. The Babylonian ability to predict celestial events wasn't just a scientific achievement, it was a testament to their deep connection with the cosmos. They saw the heavens as a living, breathing entity, and their predictions were a way of aligning themselves with its rhythms. This blend of science and spirituality is what made Babylonian astrology so enduring and influential. As we marvel at their achievements, it's worth reflecting on how their legacy continues to shape our understanding of the universe. Next, we'll explore the role of Jupiter in Babylonian astrology and how this mighty planet symbolized kingship and divine favor. Now, shifting our gaze to the heavens, we uncover the profound significance of Jupiter in Babylonian astrology. Known as Marduk, the supreme god of the Babylonian pantheon, Jupiter was revered as a celestial symbol of kingship, authority, and divine favor. To the Babylonians, this mighty planet wasn't just a wandering star. It was a powerful omen, a messenger of the gods, and a guide for rulers and nations. Jupiter's movements across the night sky were meticulously tracked by Babylonian astrologers, who believed its position could reveal the will of the gods. When Jupiter appeared bright and prominent, it was seen as a sign of divine approval, signaling prosperity, stability, and the favor of Marduk himself. Kings and leaders would often consult astrologers to interpret Jupiter's position before making critical decisions, such as declaring war, forging alliances, or enacting laws. A favorable alignment of Jupiter could inspire confidence, while an unfavorable one might prompt caution or even delay important actions. One of the most fascinating aspects of Jupiter's role in Babylonian astrology was its connection to the concept of kingship. The Babylonians believed that Jupiter's influence extended to the legitimacy and success of a ruler. A strong, visible Jupiter was thought to bless a king with wisdom, strength, and the ability to lead effectively. Conversely, if Jupiter appeared dim or was obscured by other celestial bodies, it was interpreted as a warning of potential challenges to the throne or a decline in royal authority. But Jupiter's significance didn't end with politics and power. It also played a key role in predicting broader societal trends. Babylonian astrologers observed that Jupiter's cycles often coincided with periods of economic growth, cultural flourishing, or even the rise of new empires. By studying these patterns, they could offer insights into the future, helping communities prepare for times of abundance or hardship. What makes Jupiter's role in Babylonian astrology so compelling is how it bridges the celestial and the earthly. The Babylonians saw Jupiter not just as a distant planet, but as a living force that shaped the destiny of individuals and nations alike. This belief in the interconnectedness of the cosmos and human life is a hallmark of Babylonian astrology, and it's a perspective that continues to resonate with us today. As we reflect on Jupiter's enduring legacy, we're reminded of the Babylonians' remarkable ability to find meaning in the stars. Next, we'll delve into the rituals performed by Babylonian astrologers, exploring how they sought to align themselves with the celestial forces that guided their world. Now, let's step into the sacred world of Babylonian astrological rituals, where the heavens and the earth were intricately connected through ceremony and devotion. For the Babylonians, astrology wasn't just about observing the stars. It was a deeply spiritual practice that required rituals to honor the gods and align themselves with the cosmic forces they believed governed their lives. At the heart of these rituals was the belief that the gods communicated through celestial signs, and it was the duty of the astrologers to interpret these messages accurately. To do this, they performed elaborate ceremonies designed to purify their minds, bodies, and spirits, ensuring they were in harmony with the divine. One of the most important rituals involved offerings to the gods, often consisting of food, incense, and precious items. These offerings were made at temples or altars dedicated to specific deities, such as Marduk, the god associated with Jupiter, or Ishtar, linked to Venus. Another key aspect of Babylonian astrological rituals was the use of divination tools. Astrologers would often consult clay tablets inscribed with celestial omens, using them as guides to interpret the movements of the stars and planets. They also employed tools like the liver of a sacrificed animal, believing its shape and markings could reveal the will of the gods. This practice, known as hepatoscopy, was a common method for seeking divine guidance before making important decisions. Timing was everything in these rituals. Babylonian astrologers carefully selected specific days and hours for their ceremonies, often aligning them with significant celestial events like eclipses, solstices, or the appearance of certain planets. For example, a ritual performed during a lunar eclipse might focus on seeking protection from potential disasters, while one conducted under a favorable alignment of Jupiter could aim to secure prosperity and success. Music and chanting also played a vital role in these rituals. Astrologers believed that certain sounds and rhythms could invoke the presence of the gods and amplify their connection to the celestial realm. These chants, often accompanied by instruments like harps and drums, were thought to create a bridge between the earthly and the divine, allowing the astrologers to receive clearer insights from the heavens. Perhaps one of the most fascinating rituals was the washing of the mouth ceremony, performed to purify sacred objects or statues of the gods. This ritual symbolized the renewal of divine favor and was believed to enhance the astrologer's ability to interpret celestial signs accurately. It was a powerful reminder of the Babylonians' belief in the interconnectedness of all things celestial, divine, and human. Through these rituals, Babylonian astrologers sought not only to predict the future but also to influence it. They believed that by aligning themselves with the gods and the cosmos, they could shape their destiny and ensure the well-being of their communities. This blend of spirituality, science, and ritual highlights the depth of their understanding and their profound respect for the mysteries of the universe. As we explore these ancient practices, we gain a deeper appreciation for the Babylonians' dedication to their craft. Next, we'll uncover how they used their knowledge of the stars to predict personal fortunes, offering insights into the lives of individuals through the art of horoscopes. Now, let's turn our attention to how Babylonian astrologers used their celestial knowledge to predict personal fortunes, offering a glimpse into the lives of individuals through the art of horoscopes. Unlike modern horoscopes, which often focus on broad personality traits or daily advice, Babylonian horoscopes were deeply personalized and rooted in precise astronomical observations. These ancient astrologers believed that the positions of the stars and planets at the time of a person's birth held the key to their destiny, shaping their character, relationships, and future events. To create a horoscope, Babylonian astrologers first recorded the exact date and time of a person's birth, along with the positions of the sun, moon, and planets. They meticulously charted these celestial movements, using their extensive knowledge of the zodiac and planetary cycles to interpret their significance. Each planet was associated with specific qualities: Mars with aggression and conflict, Venus with love and beauty, and Mercury with communication and intellect. By analyzing how these celestial bodies interacted, astrologers could predict everything from career success to marital harmony. One of the most fascinating aspects of Babylonian horoscopes was their focus on omens. Astrologers didn't just predict future events, they also offered guidance on how to navigate them. For example, if a person's horoscope indicated a period of potential conflict, they might advise performing specific rituals or making offerings to appease the gods. This blend of prediction and practical advice made Babylonian horoscopes a powerful tool for shaping one's destiny. The Babylonians also believed that the stars could reveal a person's innate talents and challenges. A horoscope might highlight a natural aptitude for leadership or warn of tendencies toward impulsiveness. These insights were used to guide decisions about education, marriage, and even career paths, ensuring that individuals could align their lives with their celestial blueprint. Interestingly, Babylonian horoscopes weren't just for the elite. While kings and nobles often sought astrological guidance, evidence suggests that ordinary people also consulted astrologers for personal readings. Clay tablets have been discovered containing horoscopes for individuals from various walks of life, from merchants to farmers, showing how deeply astrology was woven into the fabric of Babylonian society. As we reflect on these ancient practices, it's remarkable to see how the Babylonians' understanding of the stars laid the groundwork for modern astrology. Their belief in the interconnectedness of the cosmos and human life continues to resonate today, reminding us of the enduring power of the stars to inspire and guide us. Next, we'll explore the rigorous training and education of Babylonian astrologers, shedding light on the dedication and expertise behind their craft. Now, let's step into the world of Babylonian astrological schools, where the art of reading the stars was honed to perfection. Becoming a Babylonian astrologer was no simple feat. It required years of rigorous training, deep dedication, and an unwavering commitment to understanding the cosmos. These schools were the epicenters of celestial knowledge, where aspiring astrologers were molded into masters of their craft. At the heart of their education was the study of the Enuma Anu Enlil, the sacred text that served as the foundation of Babylonian astrology. Students spent countless hours memorizing its intricate details, learning to interpret celestial omens and planetary movements with precision. They were also trained in advanced mathematics, as calculating the positions of stars and planets was essential for creating accurate horoscopes and predictions. This combination of astronomy and mathematics made Babylonian astrologers some of the most skilled scholars of their time, but their training went beyond just technical knowledge. Babylonian astrologers were also taught the art of observation. They spent nights under the open sky, meticulously tracking the movements of celestial bodies and noting any unusual phenomena. This hands-on experience was crucial for developing the intuition and insight needed to interpret the stars' messages. They believed that the gods communicated through the heavens, and it was their duty to decode these divine signals. Discipline and patience were key virtues in these schools. Students were expected to dedicate years to their studies, often starting as apprentices under experienced astrologers. They learned not only the science of astrology, but also the rituals and prayers that accompanied their work. These rituals were seen as essential for maintaining harmony with the gods and ensuring the accuracy of their predictions. The Babylonian astrological schools were not just places of learning, they were institutions of great prestige. Graduates were highly respected and often served as advisors to kings and rulers. Their expertise was sought after for everything from predicting the outcomes of battles to guiding agricultural practices. The rigorous training they received ensured that their predictions were not only accurate but also deeply rooted in a profound understanding of the cosmos. As we uncover the dedication behind these ancient scholars, it's clear that Babylonian astrology was far more than a mystical art. It was a science, a discipline, and a way of life. The legacy of these schools lives on, reminding us of the incredible depth of knowledge and skill that shaped the ancient world. Next, we'll delve into the role of Mars in Babylonian astrology and how this fiery planet influenced their predictions of war and conflict. Now, let's turn our gaze to the fiery red planet, Mars, and its powerful role in Babylonian astrology. Known as the celestial harbinger of war and conflict, Mars held a special place in the minds of Babylonian astrologers. They saw its bright, reddish glow as a direct symbol of aggression, energy, and the unpredictable nature of battle. For the Babylonians, Mars wasn't just a planet, it was a divine messenger, signaling the will of the gods when it came to matters of war and conquest. When Mars appeared prominently in the night sky, Babylonian astrologers took it as a sign to prepare for potential conflict. They believed that the planet's movements could reveal the timing and outcome of battles. For example, if Mars was observed moving closer to certain constellations associated with enemy territories, it was interpreted as a warning of impending attacks or invasions. On the other hand, if Mars appeared to retreat or align favorably with other planets, it was seen as a sign of victory or a time to avoid conflict altogether. The Babylonians also used Mars to guide their military strategies. Kings and generals would consult astrologers before launching campaigns, seeking insights into the best times to strike or retreat. These predictions weren't just based on superstition, they were rooted in careful observation and a deep understanding of celestial patterns. Babylonian astrologers meticulously tracked Mars's cycles, noting its retrograde motions and conjunctions with other planets. These observations allowed them to create detailed forecasts that influenced decisions on the battlefield. But Mars wasn't just about war. In Babylonian astrology, it also symbolized raw energy and ambition. Its influence was thought to extend to leadership and the drive to achieve greatness. Kings who were born under strong Mars alignments were believed to possess the courage and determination needed to lead their people through turbulent times. This dual nature of Mars, both destructive and empowering, made it one of the most complex and revered celestial bodies in their astrological system. As we reflect on the role of Mars in Babylonian astrology, it's fascinating to see how this ancient civilization connected the movements of a distant planet to the realities of life on Earth. Their ability to interpret these celestial signs with such precision speaks to their profound understanding of the cosmos. Next, we'll explore the rich collection of Babylonian astrological texts that expanded their knowledge beyond the Enuma Anu Enlil, shedding light on even more secrets of the stars. Now, let's uncover another layer of Babylonian wisdom as we explore the rich collection of astrological texts that went beyond the famous Enuma Anu Enlil. While the Enuma Anu Enlil is often celebrated as the cornerstone of Babylonian astrology, it was far from the only text that shaped their understanding of the stars. Babylonian astrologers created a vast library of writings, each offering unique insights into the celestial world and its influence on human life. One such text is the Anu, a comprehensive astronomical and astrological document that dates back to the first millennium before the Common Era. The Anu, whose name translates to the plow star, served as a practical guide for Babylonian scholars. It catalogued the movements of stars, planets, and constellations, providing detailed instructions for tracking celestial events. This text was essential for predicting seasonal changes, agricultural cycles, and even the timing of religious festivals. Its precision and depth made it a foundational resource for both astronomers and astrologers of the time. Another significant work is the Babylonian Almanac, a collection of astrological predictions and observations that were used to guide daily life. Unlike the Enuma Anu Enlil, which focused on grand omens for kings and empires, the almanac offered more personal insights. It included horoscopes for individuals, detailing how planetary alignments could influence their health, relationships, and fortunes. This shift toward personal astrology marked an important evolution in Babylonian thought, showing how celestial knowledge was applied to everyday concerns. The diaries, another remarkable set of texts, recorded daily astronomical observations over centuries. These diaries meticulously tracked the positions of planets, lunar phases, and eclipses, creating a long-term database that astrologers used to refine their predictions. The diaries also included notes on weather patterns, market prices, and significant historical events, linking celestial phenomena to earthly occurrences. This holistic approach highlights the Babylonians' belief in the interconnectedness of the cosmos and human life. Finally, we have the astrolabes, circular star charts that mapped the heavens and divided the sky into 12 sections, each associated with a month of the year. These tools were not only practical for navigation and timekeeping, but also served as symbolic representations of the gods' influence over time and fate. The astrolabes reinforced the idea that the stars were not just distant lights but active forces shaping the world below. Together, these texts reveal the breadth and sophistication of Babylonian astrology. They show us a civilization deeply invested in understanding the cosmos, using their knowledge to navigate both the grand and the mundane aspects of life. As we move forward, we'll delve into how Babylonian astrologers interpreted celestial signs to predict social upheavals, uncovering yet another fascinating layer of their astrological expertise. Now, let's turn our attention to how Babylonian astrologers used their deep understanding of the stars to foresee social upheavals and revolutions. The Babylonians believed that celestial events were not just random occurrences but powerful messages from the gods, signaling changes in the human world. By carefully observing the skies, they sought to predict moments of social unrest, political turmoil, and even the rise and fall of leaders. One of the key celestial signs they monitored was the appearance of comets. In Babylonian astrology, comets were seen as harbingers of dramatic change. When a comet streaked across the night sky, it was often interpreted as a warning of impending chaos or the collapse of a ruling dynasty. For example, records show that the appearance of a bright comet was linked to the fall of a king or the outbreak of rebellion. These interpretations were taken so seriously that rulers would often consult their astrologers to prepare for potential unrest or to reinforce their authority. Another important sign was the occurrence of eclipses, particularly solar eclipses. The Babylonians believed that a solar eclipse could signify the weakening of a king's power or the destabilization of a kingdom. They meticulously tracked these events, using their advanced knowledge of celestial cycles to predict when an eclipse might occur. If an eclipse was forecasted, astrologers would advise the king to take specific actions, such as performing rituals or making offerings to the gods to avert disaster. Planetary alignments also played a crucial role in predicting social upheavals. The Babylonians paid close attention to the movements of Mars, which they associated with conflict and war. When Mars appeared in certain positions relative to other planets, it was seen as a sign of impending violence or rebellion. Similarly, the position of Saturn, often linked to hardship and restriction, could indicate periods of social tension or economic decline. By interpreting these planetary patterns, astrologers provided guidance on how to navigate turbulent times. The Babylonians also believed that unusual celestial phenomena, such as meteor showers or the sudden appearance of a new star, could signal major societal shifts. These events were often recorded in their diaries alongside notes about political unrest or natural disasters, reinforcing the connection between the heavens and earthly affairs. Through their meticulous observations and interpretations, Babylonian astrologers demonstrated a profound belief in the interconnectedness of the cosmos and human society. Their ability to predict social upheavals not only shaped the decisions of rulers, but also offered a sense of order and understanding in a world that often felt unpredictable. As we continue, we'll explore how Saturn, the planet of time and fate, held a special place in Babylonian astrology, revealing yet another layer of their celestial wisdom. Now, shifting our gaze to the heavens once more, we arrive at the enigmatic planet Saturn, a celestial body that held profound significance in Babylonian astrology. Known as the Star of Time and Fate, Saturn was revered for its slow, deliberate movement across the sky, which the Babylonians interpreted as a reflection of the inevitable passage of time and the unfolding of destiny. In Babylonian cosmology, Saturn was closely associated with the concept of fate, representing the forces that shape the lives of individuals and the trajectory of entire civilizations. Its steady, almost methodical orbit was seen as a reminder that certain events were predestined, and that human actions were often guided by forces beyond their control. This belief in the inevitability of fate was deeply woven into Babylonian culture, influencing everything from personal decisions to the governance of empires. Astrologers paid meticulous attention to Saturn's position in the night sky, particularly its conjunctions with other planets. When Saturn aligned with Mars, for instance, it was often interpreted as a sign of impending conflict or hardship, as Mars symbolized war and aggression. Similarly, a conjunction with Jupiter, the planet of kingship and divine favor, could signal a period of stability or the rise of a powerful leader. These celestial patterns were carefully recorded and analyzed, providing rulers with insights into the challenges and opportunities that lay ahead. Saturn's influence extended beyond the political realm, touching the lives of ordinary people as well. Babylonian astrologers believed that the planet's position at the time of a person's birth could reveal key aspects of their character and destiny. Those born under Saturn's influence were thought to be disciplined, patient, and resilient, qualities that aligned with the planet's association with time and endurance. However, Saturn's darker aspects were also acknowledged, as it could signify periods of restriction, loss, or difficult lessons that needed to be learned. Rituals and offerings were often made to Saturn, particularly during times of uncertainty or transition. The Babylonians believed that by honoring the planet, they could mitigate its harsher effects and align themselves with its more benevolent energies. These practices underscored their deep respect for Saturn's role as a cosmic arbiter of fate, a force that demanded both reverence and understanding. As we reflect on Saturn's place in Babylonian astrology, it becomes clear that this ancient civilization saw the cosmos as a mirror of human experience, with each celestial body offering insights into the mysteries of life. Saturn, with its dual symbolism of time and fate, served as a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of all things. a theme that resonates even in our modern understanding of the universe. Next, we'll explore the final secret in our journey through Babylonian astrology, uncovering the enduring legacy of this ancient wisdom and its impact on the world we know today. As we reach the culmination of our journey through the secrets of Babylonian astrology, it's time to reflect on the profound legacy this ancient wisdom has left behind. The Babylonians were not just stargazers, they were pioneers who laid the groundwork for much of what we understand about astrology today. Their meticulous observations, innovative systems, and deep reverence for the cosmos have echoed through the centuries, shaping the way we interpret the stars and their influence on our lives. One of the most enduring contributions of Babylonian astrology is the Zodiac system. By dividing the sky into 12 distinct sections, each linked to specific celestial patterns, the Babylonians created a framework that remains central to modern astrology. The names and symbols of the zodiac signs we use today can be traced back to their ancient star charts, a testament to their lasting impact. This system not only provided a way to map the heavens, but also offered a language for understanding human behavior and destiny, a concept that continues to resonate with millions around the world. Beyond the zodiac, the Babylonians' emphasis on planetary movements and their symbolic meanings has deeply influenced astrological practices across cultures. Their belief that celestial events were omens from the gods laid the foundation for the idea that the stars could guide human decisions. This principle can be seen in everything from personal horoscopes to the use of astrology in predicting global events. Even today, astrologers look to the positions of planets like Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars to interpret trends and patterns, a practice rooted in Babylonian tradition. The cultural significance of Babylonian astrology extends far beyond its technical contributions. It shaped the way ancient societies viewed their place in the universe, fostering a sense of connection between the heavens and the earth. This worldview influenced not only astrology but also philosophy, religion, and science. The Greeks, for instance, adopted and expanded upon Babylonian astrological knowledge, integrating it into their own intellectual traditions. From there, it spread throughout the Mediterranean and beyond, leaving an indelible mark on Western thought. In modern times, Babylonian astrology continues to inspire curiosity and wonder. Its blend of science and spirituality offers a unique perspective on the mysteries of existence, reminding us that the quest to understand the cosmos is as old as civilization itself. Whether through the study of ancient texts or the creation of contemporary horoscopes, the legacy of Babylonian astrology lives on, bridging the gap between the past and the present. As we close this exploration of Babylonian astrological secrets, it's clear that their insights were far ahead of their time. Their ability to predict celestial events, interpret planetary movements, and connect the stars to human life remains a testament to their ingenuity and vision. The stars may have guided the Babylonians, but their legacy now guides us, offering timeless wisdom that continues to illuminate our understanding of the universe and our place within it. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the mysteries of Babylonian astrology. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating explorations into the ancient world. Until next time, keep looking to the stars. As we bring this journey to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible depth and breadth of Babylonian astrology. From the creation of the zodiac to the meticulous tracking of planetary movements, the Babylonians gifted us a system that has stood the test of time. Their ability to predict celestial events, interpret omens, and connect the stars to human destiny was nothing short of revolutionary. These 30 secrets we've explored today are not just relics of the past, they are living traditions that continue to influence how we understand the cosmos and our place within it. The historical significance of Babylonian astrology cannot be overstated. It shaped the way ancient civilizations viewed the heavens, influencing everything from governance to agriculture, warfare to medicine. Their innovations laid the groundwork for later astrological systems, spreading their wisdom across cultures and centuries. Even today, their insights resonate, offering a unique blend of science and spirituality that bridges the gap between the ancient and the modern. But beyond its historical impact, Babylonian astrology invites us to consider the enduring power of ancient wisdom. In a world increasingly driven by technology, their reverence for the natural world and their belief in the interconnectedness of all things remind us of the timeless quest to understand the universe. Whether you're a seasoned astrology enthusiast or simply curious about the mysteries of the past, the lessons of Babylonian astrology offer a fascinating lens through which to view both history and the present. As we conclude, I encourage you to reflect on how these ancient secrets might inspire your own understanding of the stars and their influence on our lives. Do you see echoes of Babylonian wisdom in modern astrology? How might their insights shape your perspective on the world around you? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your reflections and continue the conversation. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the mysteries of Babylonian astrology, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more explorations into the ancient world. There's so much more to uncover, and we can't wait to share it with you. Until next time, keep looking to the stars. They've been guiding humanity for millennia, and their secrets are still waiting to be discovered. Thank you for watching.